everybody! I'm here today to show you how to use a nailer. This will be a full tutorial, so let's get right into the video. As you can see, I have a nailer right here. This is also known as a nail gun. People kind of use the terms interchangeably, so I might switch from one to another and back and forth, okay? Now, this is a battery-powered nailer, powered by an 18-volt battery, as you can see right here. Sorry, I have a little bit of a cut in my finger, and I just kind of stung myself as I was touching that part, but it's all good. I'm gonna go put a Band-Aid on it after when I'm done these next few videos. But in addition to having battery-powered nailers, there are generally air compressor nailers, okay? Those are the two main types of nailers. There are other kinds as well, but generally speaking, you have like 18-volt battery-powered ones, which are more uncommon, but I really like them. And then you have air compressor ones. The process is going to be very similar. You want your power source plugged in to the nailer. In this case, it's going to be this 18-volt battery right here. If you are using an air compressor nailer, then you have to plug in your air compressor line and make sure that your air compressor is nice and full with air, okay? So with that being said, once you have your power source, you're gonna wanna make sure that nails are loaded into it. Now, if you are loading or reloading the nailer, make sure you disconnect from your power source. So let's say I wanted to add more nails. Okay, I would slide that down. Most nailers are going to be very similar. I would remove the nails, okay, or I would put the nails in, let's say. So you can take them out depending on the situation. I can take them out, but let's say I wanted to load them in. Power source disconnected. Okay, load in your nails once this tab has been slid down. Okay, slide the tab back up. It gives you some spring action so that you're actually ready to use your nailer, as you can see right over there. Okay. Very simple and straightforward. I think there's actually a little bit of a, there we go. They weren't going all the way to the top. That happens on occasion with every nailer. Okay, now before you actually start nailing, you want to also set your depth. As you can see right here, I'm going to bring this closer to the camera. There's a knob right here. And when I turn the knob, hopefully you can see this, it tells me if I want to go deeper, which is turning it this way goes deeper, okay? Or not as deep. Turning it that way goes not as deep. I've already set my depth, so I kind of turned it 2 notches this way and 2 notches back that way. I kept it as the same, just like that, okay? So you want to set your depth, and then also if your nailer has like a rapid fire mode or an auto mode, you want to set it on or off. In this case, it's right here, okay? So right now, I have the setting where it's going to be auto, so there's no power here, so don't worry. If I hold down the lever, right there, and the nailer's loaded and the power's connected, right? Every time I push it down, it's gonna fire, okay? I don't want that personally, but if you need it, that's an option for you. So I'm gonna switch it to single fire mode, which is, I hold the trigger, right? Or, this piece needs to be pushed down, okay? Like that. It needs to be pushed down in order for the nailer to work. So that piece gets pushed down, I push the trigger, and it fires just one nail into the material. Okay, so I have it set on the single mode. Let's put in the battery right there, as you can see. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna and always be careful, because as soon as this goes down, you need to exercise safety. As soon as this goes down, it's ready to go. So I'm gonna push this down against this wood over here, okay? As you can see, I push it down against the wood, and I'm holding it down there. I'm not releasing midway, because that could jam a nail in there. And now I'm gonna push the lever. We're gonna try, sorry, you know what? We're gonna try one more time. There we go, okay? Once again, push it down, lever, just like that. And another tip, when you are firing a nail into a piece of wood, don't release it right away. Watch, push it down, push the lever, and I let it sit there for a fraction of a second. If I start pulling it back right away, I lose control. I am increasing my speed, but I am sacrificing control. Meaning I'm getting nails in here faster, but I have less control. And when you're using a tool like this, okay, just like when you're using any sort of powered saw, like a circular saw or anything, your safety and control needs to be the #1 thing on your mind, okay? As you notice, naturally, I remove the battery as soon as I'm taking a break from using it. Okay, I did some wainscoting in my house, so I was using this quite a bit, and every single time that I took a break, I took the battery out. And I was the only one in the house. My wife had taken the kids to somewhere else. So I was the only one in the house. I wasn't even concerned about, anyone else touching the nailer, because if there's other people on the work site, yeah, definitely take out the power source. But, even if it's just yourself, as a habit, remove the power source. When you're ready to go again, look at that. It's so quick. Come on. Okay, once again, there's also a light in most nailers, so that's, in this case, how you're gonna get this one started. Okay, just like that. Just like that. Now, I do recommend, before you start, look, it's like a habit, I didn't even think about it. Before you start a project, I do recommend that you do some test fires on just some random pieces of wood that you have, like I did right here. Make sure the wood is thick enough so you don't go all the way through into like your table or your workbench or whatever. And that's because you want to test the depth. So as you can see, I have the depth set. It's probably just ever so slightly too deep for this material, but I have the depth set where I can fire those nails. I can go over it with some wood filler or some caulking later, smooth it out, sand it over potentially if it's wood filler, and I can make it look completely flush. That's what I like, but do some testing. You also want it to reach through the material. Say I wanted to get all three of these pieces together. Look at that. They're all joined together. You can see over here, it's still flexing because I didn't fire any nails. But if I put some nails here, that's how it would work. And that's basically it. That is how to use a nailer. It's actually really simple. And I know it can be a little bit of a tool where you're like, wow, that thing's got a lot of power. It's firing nails. Yes. And that's why you need to exercise caution and control and safety as your #1 factors. So with that being said, I really hope you've enjoyed this video tutorial. If you liked it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.